Hi guys, this is Sandra of the Alexandrite system. So today I'm going to be talking about some things that, now that we're a system, make sense and were kind of signs of us being a system. But I would like to preface this by saying that if you do have these signs, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are a system. It's just something that makes more sense to us now that we already know that we're a system. And these things are definitely not universal. It's just stuff that we have noticed about ourselves. So, with our therapist that we were seeing last year, we started trying to do EMDR, and we were starting to prepare for it, where we were trying to find like a calm mental place that we could be in, a calm place that we could visualize. We started doing this exercise, and I started becoming increasingly uncomfortable. Just just it felt like my skin was crawling, and like I just got really upset and I didn't understand why. I started crying. Um, and it was not like my calm place changed at all. It was just that I just couldn't handle this. And what I found out months later, almost a year later probably, EMDR works a lot differently for people who are severely dissociated. And in fact, freaking out during a calm place exercise is often a sign of something deeper dissociatively. It doesn't even have to be that like you have DID or whatever. You could just have a like deeper dissociative disorder that doesn't immediately appear to be so. And so we're trying EMDR again now, and things seem to be going better with that. Our new therapist. I say new therapist, but we've been seeing her for like 9 months now. Our current therapist. Things seem to be going a lot better now. She knows what she's doing. She just better knows how to help systems in this way. So it's not something we're hopefully going to be dealing with again. Similarly, our very first therapist, we talked about this phenomenon that happened with us where one of us said it. I'm just going to say I for sake of simplicity. I said to her, there's like a limit to how much I can care about something where I'll just worry about it and worry about it and worry about it and worry about it. Then I just hit a sudden wall and it's just complete apathy. Like I just suddenly don't care anymore. And what I think I was describing is a switch, or at least some type of like deep dissociation where there was a situation a few years back where a friend called us with like kind of an emergency thing where I was really panicked at first, and then all of a sudden I checked out. Like another 5-10 minutes into this conversation, our friend was like, "You're really calm about this." Whoever was fronting said, you know, "Oh, I'm done. I'm not even here. I checked out like 10 minutes ago." And our friend didn't understand what we meant by checked out, and we couldn't really explain it. But again, that was probably that apathy wall that switched to someone who could better handle it and maybe wasn't as emotionally invested in the situation. And the final one that I'm going to talk about is kind of my favorite one to talk about because it was something that used to bother me a lot, but now it doesn't bother me at all. So for a lot of my adult life, I had this like constant worry that people were like reading my mind somehow. And like I knew obviously that they weren't, but it was this constant paranoia, like keep your thoughts like normal, keep them like not weird. It was like this extra level of intrusive thought and like obsessive compulsive stuff. I kind of thought that it was either like my OCD or if it was maybe a result of our bipolar disorder, like some kind of manic thing. But what I think it was that it's a subconscious thing where I kind of knew that my thoughts were being heard by someone else in the system. Like my thoughts kind of are constantly being read by other people inside my own head. Ever since I realized that I was part of a system, that like constant fear completely went away. I have not worried about that in over a year. And it is such a relief to not think about that all the time. Because the fact of the matter is, people are reading my thoughts. It's just people that, it's just nobody on the outside. So yeah, those are just a few things that make sense to us now. What are some signs that you guys didn't realize were a thing until, after you realized you were a system? Let us know in the comments. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye.